Hey, thanks for coming to 1500ESPN.com. I'm Derek Wetmore. Following day 3 of Twins pitchers and catchers workouts here at Hammond Stadium for spring training in Fort Myers, Florida. Twins pitching prospect Alex Myers' grandfather passed away recently. Myers is going to be away from the team for a few days to go back to Indiana, be with his family, and to attend the funeral service. The Twins said that they expect him to be back in camp on Sunday. Myers threw a bullpen today. Fastball looks good, no surprise there. He's got a breaking ball too. The question is he going to work on that third pitch, his changeup, and be able to be a starter? He's certainly in competition for a rotation spot, as I wrote on the website. He also might end up in the bullpen, where the two-pitch mix might serve as an above-average offering, both the fastball and the breaking ball. It'll be interesting to see which way the Twins go, but today, of course, not about baseball for Alex Meyer, more about being with his family. His grandfather, Don, was 77. In other Twins news, Kurt Suzuki obviously has the starting catching job locked up. I see no way, really, barring injury, that he breaks camp not as the starting catcher. I talked to Suzuki yesterday about sort of his offensive, I wouldn't call it a breakout, but clearly a career year in his age 30 season, his first with the Twins last year. It was the best offensive season of Suzuki's career and the first time that he appeared in an All-Star game. I talked to him about people being skeptical about whether or not he could repeat that at age 31, wondering if this is the kind of hitter he is, why hadn't they seen it in the previous 6-7 years in his big league career? And Suzuki said he understands the doubters. He understands that people are going to question that and call it luck and whatever, but he said that he feels that's the new him. He thinks the season that he put together last year is his new normal. He says he doesn't see any reason why he can't kind of bottle that and repeat it in his age 31 season. The Twins are sure hoping that's true. Suzuki was great with the bat last offseason, and of course he draws rave reviews from the pitching staff for his ability as a receiver behind the plate. If he can repeat that in the first season of the 2-year extension the Twins signed him to, I think all parties will be happy with that. In terms of the backup position, that's a little bit more in the air. That's between backup catcher Josmil Pinto, who's really got a bigger bat than he does glove. He's really worked in Venezuela this offseason to try and alleviate some of the problems that he had behind the plate. He was 0 for 20 in attempting to throw out base stealers last season, and that's not going to get it done. The other candidates would be Chris Herman, who is out of options this year. It'll be an interesting roster candidate. Talked to him about his new kind of flexibility because he played a lot of outfield. He's even listed as an outfielder on the Twins website. He said, he saw that. He saw these lists as an outfielder on there, and he wants it changed back. He wants to be known as a catcher who maybe has the ability to play outfield, back up some first base. He doesn't want to be known as a utility guy. He says this is a big spring for him to make an impression. Another candidate would be Eric Fryer, who's not on the 40-man roster, but is well regarded for his defense. Not much of a hitter, whether in the minor leagues or in the major leagues, but kind of one of those quintessential defense-first catchers that a lot of major league teams like to have. They like to have that safety net behind the plate as a backup catcher for whether it's 25, 35, 40 games. And Fryer brings that. He'll need to obviously be added back to the 40-man roster if he were to make the team, so a bit of an uphill battle for Fryer to crack the roster. I guess the final candidate would be Stuart Turner. Spoke with him today, and he really feels like this is a big opportunity for him, a good major league camp to kind of soak up from some of the people who have been here longer than he has. Another glove-first kind of guy. He hasn't been known much for his bat through the minor leagues. I would view him as a long shot to make the Twins' 25-man roster, but you never know with injuries and a couple of good breaks. Always possible somebody like that gets called north. Stewart would also have to be added to the 40-man roster were he to make the club. So I think the race really comes down to Josmil Pinto, Chris Herman, and maybe Eric Fryer for that backup role. But as I mentioned, Kurt Suzuki's got that all locked up. That was kind of a deeper dive on catchers today. You got all those stories on the website. I looked at the backup catcher, and I wrote about Kurt Suzuki and how he really kind of is out to prove that last season is his new normal. Check all that out at 1500ESPN.com. I'll have more updates after day 4, Thursday, in Fort Myers, Florida here. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.